Yo, what up folks, MTG here, and we've got a sweet one. Lost Caverns of Ixalan is just around the corner, so I don't think there's any better time for us to have a look at Dinosaurs in Explorer, and Pioneer as well. The deck ports across quite nicely, and this is a surprisingly competitive and very sweet list. Starting off at 1, we have our 6 mana accelerants, 3 Llanowar Elf, 3 Elvish Mystics. Some fast acceleration, obviously the dinosaurs tend to be more expensive. We've got a couple of other things kind of keeping things together, smoothing things out over the early turns. And so 1 mana, commune with the dinosaurs, obviously look at the top 5 cards of your library, reveal a dinosaur or land from among them, so find you lands as well, and put the rest of the bottom of the library in any order. Find some of the specific dinosaurs that you might want, so for example, early you might want to find Marauding Raptor, which provides you with some cost reduction. Later on you might want to find Regisaur Alpha or Dig for Gauta to really finish your opponent off. There's some really nice options. And then also at 1, we've got some interaction. So 4 copies of Reckless Rage, 1 mana, 4 damage to target creature you don't control, and 2 damage to target creature you do control. Enables Enrage for the Ripjaw Raptor, which is really, really nice, but very efficient removal, deals with Greasebang, that kind of thing, early aggro, very, very sweet. And then 2 copies of Tail Swipe, which is similar. It's a fight spell. If you play it with your main phase, the creature you control gets +1/+1, and yeah, then the 2 creatures fight, which again enables Ripjaw Raptor, means you can cash in for a bunch of cards, while also killing your opponents with like creatures with 1 mana removal. Very efficient. From there, we have a 2-drop, Marauding Raptor. It's so important. There's 1 in a red for a 2/3. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. So, hey, makes the rest of your deck cheaper, which is really, really important. But that's not all. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Marauding Raptor deals 2 damage to it. Again, enables Ripjaw Raptor, but the Marauding Raptor also gets +2/+0, which means that, hey, it puts in a bunch of damage as well. Super nice, super nice. Another early card kind of holding everything together, and you can play this on turn 3 off of a Llanowar Elf or Elvish Mystic. We have Domri Anarch of Bolus. 1 red-green, comes in on 3 loyalty, and has the static ability, creatures you control get +1/+0. Okay, sweet. Buffs your creatures, particularly good with the ones with Trample, which we'll get to. And also, hey, it means your Llanowar Elves and Elvish Mystics attack as 2/1s, which is, not as dead as they would be later on in the game. Lost Caverns of Ixalan does contain the card Cavernosaurs, which is coming into Exploring Pioneer. We have like a build your own Cavernosaurs with Domri here. +1 ability, add red or green, so it's a nice accelerant. Creature spells you cast this turn can't be countered. That's all the creature spells you cast this turn, not just the ones you use that mana for. So pretty nice that way. And then also has an ability to fight, which again, hey, gives you some nice removal. You've got some pretty beefy creatures to fight off with your opponents. But then also, Ripjaw Raptor again, when it's that damage, you draw a card. You're just going to be able to cash in for even more cards. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Domri, a nice addition here and kind of holding the fort down early. We have some, hey, you've got the 1 mana accelerant, so then we have Marauding Raptor and Domri, which also basically generate you mana or cost reduction towards your later big dinosaurs. So we've already mentioned the first big dinosaur, that is a Ripjaw Raptor. 2 green for a 4/5, pretty efficient already, but whenever Ripjaw Raptor is dealt damage, draw a card. Cool, cool, cool. Again, we've got the Reckless Range, we've got the Tail Swipe. Marauding Raptor, when you play the Ripjaw Raptor and you've got this in play, immediately you get to deal damage to this, draw a card. Also means versus your opponent's removal, hey, they're going to Bone Crusher Giant it to do the last couple of damage to it. Tough luck. I'm going to draw some cards off of that too. So very, very nice. Then another more recent addition to the dinosaur archetype, Rampaging Raptor. 2 red for a 4/4 with Trample and Haste. Has this ability at the top here, 2 in a red, +2/+0 turn the turn. Okay, nice mana sink. Obviously, it has Trample, so that damage is going straight over the top of whatever blockers get in the way of it. But then also, whenever it deals damage to an opponent, it deals damage to target Planeswalker that player controls or battle that player can protect. So we're not doing anything with battles here. It does have that kind of questing beast style ability. Hey, you hit your opponent, you get to hit their Teferi or Liliana or Chandra or whatever as well. Super nice, super nice. Then, in kind of the core of the most important card in the deck, I guess, we have 4 copies of Regisaur Alpha. 3 red-green for a 4/4. Other dinosaurs you control have haste. Super important, super important. So it makes a 3/3 dinosaur when it enters the battlefield as well, which can then again immediately attack because it's got haste. But then it also gives haste to all your other dinosaurs that you play later on. And Rampaging Raptor's haste already, giving Ripjaw Raptor haste, pretty nice. But the most important one of all, Gauta Primal Hunger. Only 2 copies, but we can dig for it with Commune with Dinosaurs. 10 green for a 12/12. Costs X less to cast, where X is the total power of creatures you control, and then has Trample. So for example, with Regisaur Alpha in play, you have a 4/4 and a 3/3, means it costs 7 less. Hey, that's a 5 mana 12 Trample that also has haste. That can just immediately smash in again. And obviously we're accumulating quite a large amount of power in play that way. Pretty awesome, pretty awesome. Gaunt is an amazing finisher. And the deck is, again, surprisingly competitive. We're going to take it into some best of one ranked. Let's quickly go through the mana base. We have 4 Stomping Grounds, 4 Forests, 4 Carplusian Forests, 4 Crackcrown Pathways, 4 Cobblestone Gorge, full suite of red green dual lands, 2 actual forests, 2 mountains, and then some utility lands here. So a Boseiju and a Sakanzan, as well as 2 Lair of the Hydras, some nice mana sinks late game, but then also some insurance versus control decks with sweepers. The deck is super fun. It does have like a bunch of kind of rare wild cards that you might not use elsewhere, but if you have the cards lying around from Ye Olde Standard, definitely bust them out. And we're going to probably get some sweet stuff to play in Lost Caverns as well, so looking forward to that. So, let's get into some ranked games. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Alright, here with match 1. We are on the play, and we have a pretty good hand. We have turn 1 Elf, into some lands, into some 4-drop, so we're looking to maybe bridge the gap here. We'll see. But we can even maybe get the Elvish Mystic into the red zone with this tail swipe. We'll see what we're up against. The Black Death implies something. That's not it. But hey. Oh. That's a really good draw. So we have Ripjaw Raptor. The problem is we have to kind of be wary. No, okay. This seems fine. I think we just do this and say go. We can always fight. We've got a bigger creature to fight with. We don't need to just tail swipe this now. The thing we're really worried about is like the Curious Obsession to double counter spell draw. Not too blue eyes also. So here we're going to respond. We will try and have the Marauding Raptor fight the Mausoleum Wanderer. And they can counter this, but they have to sacrifice the Wanderer anyway. It's a case if they have Spell Pierce, they have to like commit here, and then we get to untap and do our thing with them having no mana up. We'll see. So yeah, blue-white spirits. They're going to go ahead and do this. Fair enough. That is a nice turn for us. Given they've got nothing in play right now, we will drop a 4/4 trample with haste, power up our Raptor, and get into the red zone for 8. This is looking pretty dire for our opponent right now. It's what you get for having the Black Death as your name and playing blue-white spirits. Go ahead and do this. I'm going to register off. The reason for this is because the worst thing they can have really for us is Spell Queller, and this cannot be Spell Quellers. If it just gets countered, we're just like, okay, cool, we'll just come in for damage. Them tapping out for Geist Light Snare, they go to 6. Alright, cool. And then we have the backup Register Raptor, and we've got lethal on board already. Yeah. Well, unfortunately how this game panned out for them, but okay. That being said, I don't want to count my chickens too much. Yeah, there we go. Alright, well, I'll see you in the next one. Match number 2 with the Dinos, Dino Stompy. Normally I'm playing best of 1, I tend to do about 5 matches, give or take, depending on timings and stuff. I'm just gonna lead with the forest. That seems fine. But again, like, having Llanowar Elf into Marauding Raptor means that these things are coming down fast. That looks like Green White Angels. Could be tough, we need to kind of outpace them here. Our best plan is to try and get this Scout into play as fast as possible. Ideally with the Register Alphas, that's what we're kind of looking for here. This land doesn't help us terribly. It's maybe better than a Marauding Raptor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna take the Raptor. Just because we already have a decent amount of mana sources. And obviously these are basically mana. I think that's fair enough. What do we actually do here? Farmland, Speaker of Heavens. Yeah, so they're on, you know, life gain strategy. Stomping Ground, we go 1, 2. You can play as tapped. I don't think we're attacking with Llanowar Elf, right? Oh, we're attacking with Llanowar Elf. I think we need it. Weirdly. We just want to make sure we're not doing enough damage to the Rips or Raptors to kill it. That's important. Yeah, I think we may as well attack the Llanowar Elf. Marauding Raptor, Ripjaw Raptor, trigger, draw again, and this is where the real power comes in. So we may as well commune here. But there's still a ton away from company, which is what we're really worried about long term. Them sacrificing a creature here is great. We're going to dig to try and find a Register Alpha to give all our creatures trample. Bonus Scout does not really do anything. I'll just take the Rampaging Raptor here. But now we can play both of these next turn, which is pretty awesome. Okay, they're just conceding. Fair enough. That's a lot of damage. They know we've got this coming. This actually, the Rampaging Raptor, if you've got two of these in play, does actually die, I realise. Which is some anti-synergy. I guess it was printed significantly later, but hey, one to watch out for. Right, next match, I guess. Okay, a fast 2-0 so far. Nice, nice. I didn't realise about that. Yeah, double Marauding Raptor will kill Rampaging Raptor, which is, you know, hey, interesting, but with great power comes great responsibility. I'm going to keep this kind of on the back of this Commune with Dinosaurs. We have 2-drop and then like Domri, which is good. We should find a red source. Unfortunately, Commune with Dinosaurs can find lands. We have a lot of dual lands on our deck. That's not one of them, unfortunately. So, hey, there's a pretty. We 16? 16 red dual lands, then another 3 rounds at tap for red. I feel a little hard done by, but we'll play it. We'll see how it goes. We can get back into this. They traversed here. That could mean they're on Traverse Greasefang, or it could be like a black. Okay, yeah, it almost certainly means Traverse Greasefang. There, all right. Fine, 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 fine. You got it. Yeah, we have a Beseiju, which is. I wish it was good. Yeah, there's no way we can. What do we need? We need a red source. The problem with Beseiju is that the Parhelion goes back to the graveyard. It looks like they don't have the Greasefang though, so that at least is some plus. Okay. You can't win them all. Interesting.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it when people touch my
We're gonna tick up. I think we discard. We're a while off Golter at the minute, but I think it's kind of fine. I'm gonna discard one of these. Them having a Lily in play. They're so far ahead of Liliana. Anything we play, when we eventually get to play a creature, is gonna get immediately sacrificed. I'm gonna pick this one up, I think. Yeah. I guess it's a little ladder tip. If it's looking bad and you're playing like a fast aggro deck, just because he didn't go to the next game, it's not worth it. Yeah, a rough one there. These are Greasefang. I think I'm pretty happy keeping that. We're so far behind at that point. They've got Liliana with multiple sacrifices loaded up on it. A bit unfortunate to miss on the red source, but hey, we could have mulliganed. It is Magic after all. This looks like a pretty good opener. We've got the bonus elf, but that's I think fine. Just lead with one of these. Odd Veil's interesting. It could be humans, but almost more. Okay, never mind. It's humans. Alright. Let's get the Gorge out. We'll make a Raptor and another elf. And now we're looking to be able to register Raptor next turn. Oh no. That was the wrong way to do that. Oh dear. I played a few games of this before, just to see what the deck was like. I did not run into this. I forgot this is any creature, not just like a dinosaur. So that's cool. Yeah. And the second one is also a little dangerous. Happy to trade with the Coppergate Vanguard, but we're coming in for 11 here. It's pretty nice. And then let's keep it up. Alright, well, we blew our own creature up because I didn't think about it before I played the cards. But hey, deck is forgiving, at least this time. I guess we deserve it after that last run. Alright. Up against Yay, professional Valorant player. Well, didn't open Magic. Oh, okay. Nice little comeback there. And, hey. Yeah, need to make sure you sequence correctly with this deck. Blowing up our own elf there was not the play. We could have just played the elf first. Just didn't think about the Now the synergy cards can also be disadvantaged to the other parts of the deck. No blocks here. So we have a Reckless Rage. We're not going to be playing it for another turn. It's kind of tough. We're going to take a bit of damage. On the draw, we're a little behind here. I'll play the Mountain for now, just so we have some more information before we decide what to do with this Crag Crown pathway. But hey, we are in a little predicament. Yeah, at least ramping damage up in play. I can't really afford to lose a turn. But we're gonna... Yeah, so we take 5 here, go 11. I think Breath of the Elements were a little done for. Okay, Commune. This wants to be a green source. We just need to make Ripjaw Raptor and hope they don't have an answer for it. If they do, we are toast. This is actually, I think, game 5. But I'll play some extra ones. Yeah, there's a Brutal Cathar. We are dead on board. Alright. Alright. Sometimes the humans hunt the dinosaurs. So we're learning here. Okay, back to C3. Alright, 3-2 overall. I'll play a few more games. These have been super, super short. That was a tough one. Just had it like a turn too slow. We just didn't have that bridge card, that Raptor or Domri, or the thing to do kind of in that turn. Like 2 slot. We'll keep this. We have Alpha on 1. We have the Raptor. We have the other stuff. And that line is actually pretty nice. We'll do a quick Fatal Push test. But better the Llanowar or Elf than the Marauding Raptor, so hey, we'll deal with it. Raptor at least can't be Bone Crushers, which is handy. Just going to play as a Kenzen. Hopefully we can work out which of double green, double red we actually want to have. Maybe draw a 4th land. Lily's solid. Oh, Grixis, interesting. Huh. It does take a turn off here, but we do have... The Rampaging Raptor does have that ability where it deals damage to players, to opponents. It does damage to planeswalkers they control as well, which is pretty handy. At the moment, I feel like I want to discard this Reckless Rage. But they also might be on some weird creature shenanigans. What I'm thinking is they might be on Arcfiend Ultimation combo. I'm a little worried about. I think I'm going to discard... the Reckless Rage. Okay. We'll see how that works out for us. They've not played any creatures yet. Ooh, Path of Peril. Okay, that's good to know about. Alright. Is there a red spell I can have that's threatening? We want to go... Rampaging Raptor. Yeah, at you. They have a 2 mana removal. They have a 1 mana, like, 2 damage spell? No way. Please. They appear to be thinking about blocking. I don't know what else they have. If they have, like, Play With Fire, I don't know what to think. It seems to be, like, Grixis hard control. The Fable might say otherwise. When you Grixis mid-range. The path's throwing me. The path makes me think it's a control deck. Okay. We got a bit of a nice, so we've got our red questing beast. Our questing dinosaur. Alright. Fable, though, it's going to do some work. Obligatory, such a powerful card. Creatures, card selection. But, hey. No problem. Our corps are crazy. Okay, so it could be like Grixis, just Grixis red range. But I'm still kind of thinking it's Arcfiend Alteration combo. Okay. Like, the Liliana's not, like, necessarily like a core piece or anything. I wonder. Alright, they got 2 mana. They got a removal spell for the Ripjaw. The Rampaging Raptor straight up. Or what are we working with? They can, well, with the treasure they can fail push it now, which is awkward. Dance. They didn't loot anything and then put 2 lands away with the Appraiser. This is good, we can't play it quite yet. Do you just slam Raptor number 2? Yeah, it threatens the most. We can still draw a land for the Register Alpha next turn. Alright, they're on 8. 4 and 2 does make 6, which is the magic number. Okay, Liliana, fair.
No more distractions.
Assumably is going to edict us. Yeah, we sacrifice a Raptor. We can put this
Paths to lead.
once. Fine. We've got a turn before the reflection comes online. There's 3 cards left. You gotta think one of them's a removal spell. But who knows? Just attacking with a goblin. Gives them 3 mana. They could also have some counter magic. No. All these games have been super quick. I'm kind of glad we're getting like a longer, interesting one. Is after this turn, Reflection's going to be online. Okay, yeah. I think we're on the... I'm just going to play my Register Alpha plan. And try and aggro out. This is maybe a hit on. I'm not too worried about discarding the card at this point. As long as the Register Alpha stays in play, it means everything off the top's got haste. So, there's that. They're going to double block. I was kind of fine with this. I just wanted to make sure the Reflection's off the board. They're going to take some damage, got an 8 here. They can't minus Liliana. And it does depend a little what they've got in hand. I'm going to discard Domri.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Gives haste, not trample. This thing is trample by itself. The Raptor does not. The Raptor doesn't. 3 cards. You have some really good top decks. Maybe they're wondering whether to attack. They have so much mana. What are these cards going to be? I don't really like if they have Bone Crusher Giant. They can then do this and play it. Just go on my blocks. If they play a sweeper, then I'll feel silly, but I think endangering the Register Alpha while we have Dinosaurs to play is pretty silly, I think. Definitely have stuff to cast. It is Arcane Alteration. Hey. Okay, so if you're not familiar, Lexical Affirmation basically turns a creature into a copy of another creature in play. Oh, if I attack here, they block. Do they block? If they do block, we die, right? I think we have to do this. Not attack, because otherwise they just get to block. And then minus Liliana to kill our last creature card, and we're just left with nothing. If they have a clean removal spell for either of these, we're dead. Well, not on the spot, but basically dead. So this turns a creature into a copy of another creature. You then have Archfiend of the Dross, which is a 4 mana 6/6, but it comes into play with some oil counters. And when you basically have to remove an oil counter on upkeep, if you can't remove an oil counter or the last one gets removed, you lose the game. So you use Metamorphic Alteration on your opponent's creature to give them an Archfiend of the Dross with no oil counters, and then they lose on their upkeep. Because unless you have an immediate room as well, you just lose. We are unfortunately dead here. That brings us to 3-3. Alright, I'll see you in the next game. Oh, that's a tough one. Alright, well, that brings us to 3-3. Tough. Probably play here. We will keep this. We got Elf into Domri. Team is pretty solid. This looks to be like Green White Angels, that kind of thing. Oh. Fair. Yeah, I would say we got like slightly flooded there, but it is what it is. Yeah, Bishop of Wings. Okay, so we can either... I think we have to Domri, right? Yeah, I think we Domri, and then also +1 the green. I'm gonna tail swipe the elf here. Just keep them off company a little bit longer. Because we already can fight with Domri already by itself. We can play... oh, well, if we don't have a land, we can't play straight away. But hey. See if they have a land here, what else they have. Temple Garden tapped. Okay. That's... Oh, double Bishop of Wings. That's a tilter. Okay, that's nice. We can now go a Ripjaw Raptor, and then we will -2 Domri to have this fight one of these. Alright. We get to draw. Nice. Okay, well. Not the land we wanted, but it's the land we've got. But now we can +1 again, register alpha. Which, hey, is pretty nice. This thing is the pain. Cause, yeah. Regisaur. Oh, if only we had a fight. Because I'm going to get to fly at it as well. Yeah. Presagie's not up to a ton. We do have Domri passive at least. This becomes a 4-3, so we can actually attack here into the these. Alright. If they have company, or any angel here is going to be pretty tough. We're going to lose Domri, which is fine. What do they got? Resplendent Angel. That is going to populate their board, which is rough. Alright. It's enough to power up their stuff as well. It's pretty brutal. Yeah, we might just have been angeled here. This is 5-5-6-6. If we drop the life... Oh, if we induce some blocks and drop their life total, it's kind of sick. But I don't know if we can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. We do enough damage. We definitely have enough attackers. We're going to attack out everything, see what they do here. They have to be a little bit careful. Because their life total drops under the value for Righteous Valkyrie. And that means they lose their board. They do get 1/1s, which is, hey, you know what? We can't win them all. But it's a way potentially back in. Invasion. Oh, that's annoying. Gonna make the Ripjaw Raptor cost more, probably. Not the Ripjaw Raptor, the Rampaging Raptor. At least means they don't have an angel by the looks of it. They do. They have a... Oh, that's... No, Bishop of Wings still buffs their team. Oh, jeez. Alright, well... Hey. Invasion. They are making attacks here, though. We're at 28. Yeah, we're at 7, aren't we? We're pretty dead. Need to fade a little bit. 4, 5, 6. Play this and pump it. This comes to 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, with the tokens, we're just not getting through. Our damage is not enough. Alright, well, we end on a loss. End up 3-4. Some really close games, though, I think. And got a little fortunate in some matchups. Just needed to fade the Redemption Angel one time. But they had a way to rebuild here, which is tough. Alright. I'll see you in the post-game wrap-up. Alright, well, here the post-game wrap-up. Started off so well and kind of tempered off a little bit towards the end. Had some rough matchups, had a couple of spots where we like flooded a little bit. I got a bit unfortunate. There was an interesting decision in that last game where I decided to cash in this tail swipe early to just trade out to kill that Elvish Mystic to try and store them off of company. I could have maybe held on to this and then tried to use it later. And hey, that was an interesting decision point. It's one of those things where if they have the company on turn 3, we just lose the game on the spot. Almost always versus Angels. And hey, we try to kind of buy a little bit of time and kind of neutralize them. They had the lands, they had the Angels in their hand to cast. it all kind of worked out. But hey, go take a shot. It's an interesting decision point. Let me know, I guess, what you'd have done. Other than that, though, the deck's pretty, really sweet. I like Domri a lot. I actually think there's a couple of places you struggle. If you don't have something to do on turn 2, so you've got like, the Elvish Mystic, right? Ideally, you have one of these on turn 1. I do think 6 is a good number, because drawing them late is bad, and the other, like, you have Commune with Dinosaurs for a total of, like, 10 good turn 1 plays, and then this also helps you find the Marauding Raptor for turn 2, which is really solid. But then having, like, an additional thing to do on turn 3, maybe, like, one more, like playing another Domri, would be decent. The other thing is we're going to get probably a bunch of new tools in Lost Caverns. I'm pretty excited to see what we see there. The rest of the deck's pretty sweet. I think Gout is amazing. Searching for it, you could try and play a third one. But obviously you want to be a little tricky. You don't want to get Gouter flooded and just be stuck there with a bunch of 12 mana 12/12s in hand. The other cards, Register Alpha, just an absolute house. Rampaging Raptor, really sweet, but don't play it if you've got 2 Marauding Raptors. Sequence your creatures correctly, because this does deal damage to your creatures no matter what they are, even if they're not dinosaurs, and even if they don't benefit off of it. And then Ripjaw Raptor, you know, it's solid at drawing cards. It is worth doing, like, versus the black decks, where they have, like, straight up kill spells. Like, it is possible to enable Fatal Push, obviously things like Go for the Throat, that kind of thing. Do clear it off, but with, like, Marauding Raptor, it does provide you with a decent amount of card advantage. It's an interesting one. Things where, like, I think, like, if we had, like, another, feels silly to say another 2-mana dinosaur, because we're gonna get one of those, maybe. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Or something to do at 3 to just kind of, like, fill this gap here. That could be really, really strong. At the minute, it's still good. It can still compete on that. I think it's totally fine. But that's kind of like the bit that falls down. I think that's the only kind of downside. And then in terms of big stuff, like Register Alpha into Gold is just great, and you've got Commune to find it. I think that bit's good. And then we have interaction. Like, we did lose to Angels, but we have the 2 Tails, which we have the 4 Reckless Rages. We should be able to hopefully deal with, like, Archangel and that kind of stuff to just keep us in the game. It just kind of fell down there a little bit. But hey, I think this looks pretty solid. It's definitely a ton of fun. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like, subscribe, all that stuff, share it around. I really appreciate it. And yeah, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Peace out.